Don't move. Okay, and JT, look. Wait a minute, I want to get another one.
I join up with a pair of old friends from New York City.
220, so it's got to be, no, 220. So it has to be, I mean, they can't change.
Our first stop together is Rosedale. Their oldest son, Billy, came here as a freedom rider in 1964. I never met Billy, but I know he died young. The Kochiyamas are here to visit the Davises, the family Billy stayed with that freedom summer.
And you Billy's father?
That's right.
Hi. Up here, right up from the bank, it was a restaurant, and blacks weren't allowed in there at all. And Billy and them used to go up there and sit down every day in front of the restaurant. Every day, they never did fail. Well, it kept on, and they got to fighting up there. Black people started going in the restaurant. And I guess that's about the biggest major thing at that particular time, because everybody thought it was very impossible to get them to let black people in there.
This visit to Mississippi is like a homecoming in more ways than one. Bill and Yuri's romance began right here at Camp Shelby in the middle of World War II. Bill and Yuri's love affair always struck me as something right out of a Hollywood screenplay. Bill was a young GI with the all-Japanese American 442 Battalion. But there was one glitch in this love story. While Bill was fighting the Nazis overseas, Yuri was a prisoner in Arkansas at a concentration camp for Japanese Americans.
Here in the land of Buffalo Bill, the government is erecting model camp towns, towns in which they'll live unmolested, not as prisoners, but free to work and paid by the United States government. Bathtubs, yes, all the comforts of home. The Japanese in America are finding Uncle Sam a loyal master despite the war.
Wait a minute, yeah, that's all that's left, maybe? Where was the camp? Wait a minute, what's all that empty space? Is that the camp?
I've taken a bulldozer and buried this thing.
And buried what thing?
The camp.
Oh, you did it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
you bulldozed the whole camp?
Yes, buried.
Buried
The
it?
buried city. See, this was blocks. You remember well, it was streets, you know.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
10,000 of y'all here.
Right.
Now, look at here. Y'all wasn't prisoners of war.
Well, we were sort of.
You was
prisoners.
interned for your protection, they claim, you know. But I came and
No, we
went.
considered ourselves prisoners of war. But wait a minute, wait. What I want to know
I
is.
thought they had an injustice done to them.
Oh,
Of course, I fell in love with them. I mean, I was here with them every day. And
really? You knew the Japanese people?
I was in here with them.
Wait, can I get a shot of you? Put your head out more, because I can't see your face. Unless you could open the door. What's his name again?
John Ernest.
John Ernest Ellington. Wait a minute. No piece of paper, just a piece of paper.
I wouldn't have one.
How did the people around Jerome feel about the Japanese coming here?
Well, all those people that was here is dead and gone. We talked about 40-something years ago,
that's
girl.
right, 40
and
years.
these young folks don't even know what it's all about.
Oh.
But how did they feel?
Well, they felt like me. They felt like they was mistreated. When you was around them and with them, look at here. When the water department comes bringing those messages in here of the dead, they cried just like the white people. They lost a man, son, and husband.
By the end of the war, we thought we were becoming expendable,
Well, what do you mean by that?
that we were always the point of an attack. And being at the point of a big army or a division attack, you know, you're always vulnerable on both sides and in the front. And so we took the brunt, many times the brunt of the casualties. But they said that they always put the best troops to lead the way, you know. Yuri knows that she knew personally these young newlyweds, and the husband would go overseas, and first day of combat, or within 1 month, they're dead. So there were a lot of young widows And that's why I wasn't trying to weasel out of a marriage, but that was a terrific consideration.
Love, look away. Love.
Bill and Yuri traveled a long road after the war. They moved to Harlem to raise their 6 children. They spent 50 years there fighting for justice, and not only for Asian Americans. And now the road has brought us here to the grave of James Chaney, the young civil rights worker murdered by the Klan in 1964.
You and your 2 comrades, Goodman and Schwerner, are part of a history that can never be erased. Others have followed after you, and always the struggle for a better, safer, and equitable world will continue. Today, on May 26, 4 days before your 48th birthday, we are here to remember you and be inspired by your life.